Hey there! If you're looking to see if Quicken can help you figure out some retirement planning, this is the video for you. It does have some tools in the Quicken Classic for Windows version, as well as in the new Quicken web-based version. I'm going to show you the Quicken Classic Windows version calculator today. All right, we'll see you in the video. And we're back. We're in the video. Now that I have my glasses on, we are in the video. So this is just a simple calculator that's pretty handy. And it is under the planning section. So if you have this blue bar up here and you go to planning, over here under planning tools, we have some calculators. Now, over here, you're going to see Lifetime Planner. And this is a more robust planning calculator slash tool. Now, little sidebar, if you happen to have my personal finance mastery course, in it, I have a retirement planning calculator, and it's made in a spreadsheet, which I prefer to do because you can dial it in, much more specifically to you, and you can see how the numbers work over time. A lot of times with these calculators, you don't see how the sausage is made, so to speak. You put in info, you get an answer, but you don't really know how it all came together. But in any case, this life planner is a little bit more like the calculator I have in my course. So you could use it in lieu of that. And of course, if you don't have my course, you can use this. Now, the life planner is like a longer Q&A and a longer set of results. I'm going to show you quickly just this retirement calculator here, which is kind of hidden. And this is kind of like, the basic bullet point type retirement calculator questionnaire and answer. And what are we trying to do here with this calculator? So ultimately, we're saying, hey, we're whatever age we are today, let's use in my case, we're 50, and I want to retire in 15 years, and I have this much money currently, and it's going to make this much return, hopefully, and I want to spend, have this much money to spend in my retirement. And how do I fill in the gap with savings? And then it gives you, you can kind of do, pick one metric and get the result for the other and so on. So I'm just going to show you. So let's just use some, fictitious info here. So let's say, for instance, we'll say you're 40 and you want to retire at 65 and you're going to withdraw money until age 85. So basically question is, how long do you plan on being alive? If you plan on being dead by 85, you'll need less money, and consequently, you'll have less you need to save. Let's say 90, though, for this. Your current savings, it's asking, hey, well, you might have some money already, so let's factor that in. Let's say you have $100,000 right now. And then the annual yield is Quicken asking, well, how much do you think your current money you have invested, how much annually is that returning? How much return is that creating annually? It picks roughly 8%. I think that's a decent average. The more you can get of yield, the more you're going to have down the road, but obviously getting above the S&P benchmark, which is roughly 10% a year for the last, 100 years, it gets harder to do that. So we're just going to go with 8% for now. Inflation rate, it has inflation at 4%. I'm going to bring that down to 3%. And in this calculator, we are calculating retirement income. So what that means is, in addition to all these metrics, it's saying, well, how much more can you put in on an annual basis? I'm going to say $12,000. I'm going to put in $12,000 or $1,000 a month. And then it's going to say, well, how much do you have in other income sources outside of this money? Like, say, Social Security. Let's say we get $30,000 in Social Security a year, right? And then down here, we see tax assumptions. Well, how much are you going to pay in tax on this money? Because this is going to be a post-tax amount of retirement spend. We'll say you're in some tax-sheltered investments. We're going to assume 15% tax. And now this button here says, show in today's money, not inflation adjusted. So what that means is the amount it's going to show you in terms of how much you're going to spend is based on today's value of money. And I'm going to keep that checked, and then I'm going to hit calculate. So it gives me a number here. It says, hey, all right, I got your info. You said you're 40 now. You're going to retire at age 65, so you get 20 more years of contributions. You want the money to last from 65 to 90. So I'm going to factor that in. You have $100,000. Your current money and future savings is going to make 8%. Inflation is 3%. Your annual additional contribution is $12,000 a year. You'll also have $30,000 per year pre-tax in Social Security. It calculates with this information. If you keep putting the $12,000 a year in, you'll have $72,000 a year of retirement spendable income. So it's just a simple way to show you, like, hey, how much do I need to save to get, if I save this, how much spendable income will I have? Now, you might say, well, what if I tell it I want to spend, $100,000 a year in retirement? So I want to know, how much do I need to save? How much annual contribution do I need to put in for the next 25 years? You can calculate that. It's saying, hey, if you want to achieve that amount of money of annual expenditure based on what you have now and your age and all the details, you need to save $26,000 a year for the next 25 years. And then it says current savings as a way to kind of slice the cat here. And if we put in the same amount, let's make our total. If you look at this, by the way, it says the current savings based on these metrics is 100,000. That's because the metrics that were here were calculated initially with a savings of 100,000. Well, let's say we'll make this 80,000. And we're going to put in, $12,000 a year. What would it calculate? We could only achieve 80,000 with our annual contribution if we had 141. Now, all these options basically get you to the same sum total result, but kind of looking at it from a different angle. Looking at it from this current savings angle doesn't make any sense to me, because you're like, you can't change what your current savings is today, right? So what's the point of knowing, hey, if I achieve this, I would need to have this saved? We really just want to look at it from retirement income approach or annual contribution. If we know our current savings is what it is, and we know the other metrics, and in this case, we know we want to spend, say, 80,000, and we calculate it, it tells us how much we need to save. And conversely, we know what our savings is, we know what our annual contribution might be going forward. We calculate that, and it tells us how much we're going to be able to spend. So those top two are really the only two I think you need to look at, but you can play around with it. Clearly, you can see that this is just a simple calculator to help you decide how much you want to save from here going forward, or if you're nearing retirement or starting retirement, how much you practically can spend based on what you have and what your hopeful return is. Now, as you get closer to retirement, you probably want to be in more conservative investments, so this yield number probably wants to come down, So anyway, take a look at that. It'll help you figure some of these things out. If you want the, super more thorough version, and I recommend it, go, spend an hour and a half and go through this life planner and have Quicken map out for you a plan. from where you are today and where you want to be when you're retired. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.